Hey guys, got a fun activity for you, a fun set of activities for you today. They're not too complicated, but they're going to teach you about perspective and vanishing point, and we're also going to bring in some masking, some opacity settings, blend mode, stuff we've worked with in the past. So I've got a handful of short activities. Should be fun. Let's get started. So let's go ahead and open up Photoshop. And you should have downloaded the files that I posted this week. First one we're going to open is a file of the truck and the Exxon logo. So let me go to File on the menu bar, and I'm going to go to Open. I'm going to go to my desktop because I've downloaded all the files, and I'm going to open up the picture of both the Exxon PNG and the truck. Right? Oops, didn't want to hold Shift. Let me do that again. Truck, and what is it? Control. Hold the Control key. Stop. Sorry about that, guys. I'm used to using that. It's the Command key on the app or the Macs. I'm so used to the PCs for years. So hold the Command key to make adjacent selections. Adjacent means not next to each other. So Command key, select Exxon, select, I didn't even spell Exxon right, I misspell it, and truck, and hit Open. All right, so I got the picture of the Exxon logo, got the picture of the truck, and I want to bring the Exxon logo over to the truck. So let me go ahead and just bring that over. This is a PNG file, so it's on a transparent background. So I'm going to uncheck that, bring that over, and place it right there. So what I want to do, and I'm going to hide this layer, I want to have the Exxon logo placed on the side of this truck trailer. And I want to use perspective or vanishing point, two different methods, to make it appear like it's going away from me, okay? Larger right here, and then getting smaller as it's going down the truck. Vanishing point if you're an art student. All right, so let me go ahead and show that. There's a couple ways I can do it. I'm going to show you both, and then I'm going to show you which one I prefer. So I'm going to get my show transform controls and zoom out so I can resize this. I'm holding Shift to maintain the aspect ratio. All right, so now, whoops, it just jumped on me. So Shift on the keyboard, drag it down, it maintains the aspect ratio, and then I'm going to commit it. Now, I want to put this on the side of the truck right there. So the first method you could use is perspective, and that's under your transform options. So if you go to Edit on the menu bar, halfway down to Transform, you can choose perspective. And by using perspective, I can grab the right top corner sizing handle, drag that down, and it makes it appear like it is running away from me, or getting smaller as it goes away. So I'm going to commit my transformation and drop my opacity so I can see what's going on. All right. So if I drop the opacity, it looks like I took it to 47%. I can see the truck in the background. And I realize I need to make it smaller, right? Because I have my show transform or my commit my transformation there. Because I have my move tool and my show transform controls, I have this regular sizing handles. All right, when I have that, you can rotate it as well. Okay, so this is kind of the trial and error method that allows you to resize it to fit the size of the car, the side of the truck, right? So that is your perspective. Some people like that method. I don't, because if I zoom in here, you can see it's not lined up perfectly, and I would have to go back to my, commit my transformation, go back and forth to transform, go to perspective, size it down again, and I just don't like the back and forth of that. So I prefer to use something called vanishing point. So let me go ahead and go back to my history panel to start over. So halfway down, I'll see history. I'm going to go all the way back till I'm going to go back to I opened both the files, right? So I have my truck, I have my Exxon logo. Now, we know, because we brought the logo over once, the Exxon logo is way bigger than the side of this truck. So we're going to have to size that down. So let's make that our first step. So I'm going to go to the Exxon image right there. And if I have my show transform controls, move tool, if I drag this down just a little bit right there, I'm getting these options up top, right? So in my options bar right there, I can see the the height and width percentage. So let's go ahead and take those to 35% of its current size. So for width, type 35. You don't have to put the percent sign. And for the H, the height, let's put 35 as well. All right, that maintains that aspect ratio. It sizes it down, so let's commit it now. All right, so we've resized that. And next thing I want to do, I'm zooming in. I know it's sized down. Now, I'm eventually going to paste this logo in a vanishing point I create on the other file. So in order to do that, in order to paste anything, you need to copy it first. All right, the way we're going to do it here is you need to go get your rectangular marquee tool, second button down, right there, rectangular marquee tool. Make sure your feather is 0, and you're going to go from the top left, let me zoom in one more time. You're going to go from the top left edge of this down to the bottom right edge of this to make your selection. Then you're going to hold Command on the keyboard and the letter C. Command and C copies it to your clipboard. You're going to your truck right here. All right, so you have your truck. Now we're going to apply a blend mode later on. So in order to apply a blend mode, you need to have 2 or more layers. Right now I have just that one layer there, so let me add a layer. This is important, so hit your add a layer button. We've got a layer above the truck. All right, and it's on this layer we're going to draw what's called a vanishing point. So if I go to filter on the menu bar and I go about halfway down, you'll see vanishing point. All right, this tool right here, this top button, create plane tool. All right, so what we're going to do is create a plane that mimics the side of this truck. So you can see I have my, my tool right there. I'm going to the top left edge of this truck where looks like the metal edging meets the white painted metal surface. So I'm going to click right there one time, let up on the mouse. I'm going straight down right there. I'm going to click right there as well. I'm going to follow the white where it meets the metal edging all the way down to the bottom right back corner. I'm going to do the same thing up to the top right corner. And what I've done is created a bad plane because why? All right. If it comes up red like that, like mine initially did, just grab one of the corner sizing handles and move it a little bit. And when it gives you the blue kind of checkerboard pattern like this, you're good to go. All right, so that is the plane we've created. Now we need to paste our picture inside that plane. So we're going to hold Command on the keyboard and press the letter V. V is in Victor. All right, it brings in this Exxon logo. Now, you'll notice it automatically has your marquee tool. We're going to drag that over and into this plane, and you'll see it puts this image in the plane. Now, I just kind of guesstimated with the size we needed to make this Exxon image when we sized it down to 35%. So I got it close. Now I'm going to go get my scaling tool right there, or transform tool, I guess is what it's called here. So get your transform tool and search out the corner sizing handle, and you're simply going to size this down, reposition it until you get it the correct, and this is kind of the part that's a pain, but oh, come on. All right, so once you get kind of the size, then you can reposition it down the side, and you'll see how nice that goes within the plane you created. So once you have it sized correctly, go ahead and hit OK, and you've created a picture that you've put inside the vanishing point. Now the last step we need to do is simply change your blend mode. So go ahead, you remember blend modes from last few weeks. That's the drop down right there. Let's go ahead and you can see what it looks like with all of them. Oops, come on. As you go through the different blend modes, you'll see the results of each blend mode. I kind of went down, I think soft light was the one I liked. So I'm going to go with soft light. You can choose whatever you want because I'm simply really going to be looking at how well you created your vanishing point. All right, so that's how you use vanishing point to put a picture on the side of a truck. Now, remember the size of the picture is important when you bring it in. Otherwise, you spend all your time transforming the image. All right, so go ahead and save that as Exxon Truck. So File, Save As, and go ahead and create a new folder. We're not using book chapters anymore. Call it Image Manipulation. So you're going to create a new folder, so new plus button right there on your desktop. Image manipulation, and I'm going to put 2 because I already have a folder called that. So create, I'm going to call this Exxon truck with 2 X's, and hit save. Alright, so there's my Exxon truck. Alright, next thing I want you to do is pull up the image of the billboard. So file, open. Actually, let me take that back. Let's do the truck one more time. We're going to put the Academy Sports logo on it. So go ahead and close what you have. Don't save. Close that. Don't save. Alright, so we're going to open. Going back to my desktop where I have my image manipulation folder and where's my truck? Select truck, and I'm going to hold the command key because I want to make a non-adjacent selection, which means not next to itself. So command, and then I'm scrolling up to where I see Academy Sports logo right there. Alright, so I haven't brought this one over the truck, so I don't know the size in relation to the truck, but based on the number of pixels, it's big. So let me bring that, oops, come on, unlock your background layer. I'm just bringing it over to test the size here. It's huge. Alright, so let me go back to my Academy Sports, and we're going to go show transform controls. Pull the sizing handle down just slightly. And let's go ahead for our width and height percentage. I'm going to take that to 20% of its current size. And same thing with the height, so 20 and 20 for the percentages. Takes it down to that. And now I'm going to zoom in, uncheck my show transform controls, grab my rectangular marquee tool right there, and I'm going to select from the top left to the bottom right of the image right there. And I'm going to make a change here. Let's go Command D. All right, let's add a layer right there. So add a layer, and on this new layer, let's drag this new layer below the original layer, and I'm going to create a rectangular marquee tool filled with white because I don't want my text to be right up on the edge of the tractor trailer. All right, so let me go right here. I'm going to go outside of what's currently there just a little bit, give myself some spacing to work with, all right? And why didn't you work? Rectangular marquee to a white shape. Oh, because it doesn't have a fill there. That's why it didn't work. I don't want a stroke. All right, so what that did, as you can see, is create a solid white rectangle. And I put it just below the logo that's there, so now I have a little more white space to work with. Now go ahead and let's merge these layers. So let's hold shift, select the second layer, they're both selected, right click them, and there should be a merge layer option. Where are you? All right, right click any of the 2 layers when they're both selected, go down towards the bottom and choose merge layers. It converts them to 1 layer, which is what you want. Get your rectangular marquee tool right there, and let's select from the top left to the bottom right. All right, make your selection. We're going to go Command and C to copy this to the clipboard. We're going back to our truck, and we remembered that we need to create a second layer because we want to blend the layers together with blend modes. So I have layer 1 right there. I'm going to filter on my menu bar, Vanishing Point, create plane tool right there. I am creating my plane right here. All right, that time it gave me the blue checkerboard pattern right away, which is a good thing. Now I can hit Command and V as in Victor to paste and bring my Academy logo over there, right? So once again, it brought it in huge. But I can get my transform tool right there and gradually size this thing down. Got to be getting close here. Why it takes so long to size this down? It seemed to, there, that looks better. All right, so I get it right there, and now I can drag it down to where it meets the bottom right corner of this and hit OK. All right, so that's my vanishing point, and now I can adjust blend modes. So normal And soft light's what I used before. You can use overlay. I'll go overlay this time, and that's the result I'm left with. So go ahead and save this Academy truck. So file, save as, whoops, not revert, file. What happens when you hit the wrong button? It freezes. All right, so you saved yours as Academy truck. I'm not going through that process again. You see the results. So Academy truck's what it's called. I'm gonna go ahead and close these. Don't save. Don't save. All right, so those are your two trucks. So let's open the billboard. So file, open. And you should have a billboard somewhere. Where is it? Billboard. All right, so we have our billboard, and let's throw the Chick-fil-A logo on there. So file, open. Where's my Chick-fil-A? All right, there's my Chick-fil-A logo. Just like we had before, we have a logo that's going right up to the edge here. So let's add a layer, and we're gonna unlock the original layer anyway. And what's the best way to do this? Let's size this down. So your Chick-fil-A logo, get your transform controls, and grab the corner sizing handle, and we're going to adjust percentages here. So let's take this down to 90% and 90% for the height and width to maintain the aspect ratio. So commit that transformation, and then I am going to go to this additional layer I created. I'm going to drop it below the Chick-fil-A logo and do the same thing I did before, which get my rectangular marquee tool. We're going to make sure it's a shape with a white fill and no stroke. Okay, so now we can just click at the top left, go down to the bottom right. All right, and you have your Chick-fil-A logo, right? All right, looks good. Just like we did before, let's merge the layers. So select the first layer, hold shift with your left hand, select the second layer, and right click the layers and go down to merge layers right there towards the bottom. It merges the layers into one, and now we can copy it to our clipboard. Actually, let's resize it first, because you see this thing is 1150 pixels wide. So let's take it down to 40% of its current size. So show transform controls, click on it. Oops, sorry. Transform controls, take that down just a little bit, and for width up there, take it to 40. For height, take it to 40 as well. All right, so we're left with that, and this is where we copy it to our clipboard. So rectangular marquee tool, I'm grabbing the top left corner right there, going to the bottom right corner right there. I've got it selected, now I need to copy it. So Command and C on the clipboard, or the keyboard, to copy it to your clipboard, and go over to the billboard. All right, so we're simply going to draw our vanishing point here, but we need to create another layer first, right? So hit your new layer button. On this layer, go to filter on the menu bar, we're going to vanishing point, and we're going to draw our vanishing point plane right there. So there, there, up to there. We've created our vanishing point plane. We're hitting Command and V as in Victor on the keyboard, and we're bringing this over to our plane right there. And you'll see it came in pretty good. We might need to size it up just a little bit. Or size, make it a little wider like that, but you're good. Okay, so there's your Chick-fil-A using a vanishing point. That one's really simple, and there's no detail behind this. There's no detail on the original billboard, so there's no reason to use a blend mode. So you're good there. Go ahead and save this as Chick-fil-A billboard. So file, save as Chick-fil-A billboard. And okay. All right, so we have our billboard there. Do I want to do one more now or not? Let's sit tight with where we are, because we're gonna, I'll do the next activity within the next video. So hopefully that was fun. Wasn't too complicated. You understand vanishing point now and the benefits. So see you soon.